Be blessed by the divine. On behalf of Sky Yoga Online English Meditation Group, I am GK Bharati, welcoming you all to today's program. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. Yes, it is the divine love that keeps us going, isn't it? But how about us? Are we lovable? Do we love others? Something to ponder over, isn't it? Yes, we have with us today Professor Malathy from Delhi to speak on the topic, lead a life with real love. Also Divine Valentine's Day. A very lovable lady, Professor Malathy Ilangovan. A small introduction about her. She is into Sky Yoga for more than 20 years. And she is a PhD research scholar. She had a Sky Center at Goregaon from the year 2008 to 2021. And she is serving in and around Delhi. And her thesis is on stress among working men, I believe. Very happy to welcome you, Professor Malathy ma'am. The floor is yours.
Thank you, ma'am, for the brief introduction and nice thank you. There was a father and son who used to stay in the same room. Every day, the father used to come back from work and count the money in front of his son and then keep it in his pocket and hang the shirt on the wall. Son used to watch it daily and want to take that money when the father used to sleep. But whenever he checks the father's pocket at night, the money disappears. This was happening continuously for a week, and one fine day, son was not able to control, and he asked the father directly that whenever I search for the money, it is not there, and in the morning, it is there in the same pocket. So how is it possible? Is it a magic? Then the father said, after you sleep, I keep the money in your shirt pocket, and the morning I take it back. So this is how the God has kept the love inside us, but we keep searching for it outside and we get disappointed. The world has forgotten the real meaning of love. So everyone is searching for love in others, like we are searching in our parents, friends, lover, children, society. But no one tries to understand the real meaning of love. Love towards others will start only when we know how to love ourselves. So there is one super lover always living within us. And once we start to love him, the other's love is nothing. So once we see the boundless love which is present within us, we will be a super lover for everyone around us. So that is the divine Valentine's Day. Just as oil is present in every part of the olive, the same way the love is present in each and every part of the creation. So Vethathiri Maharishi has emphasized that on love and compassion as the most important quality of a human being. So if I say lovers, whom do you remember? Can anyone type in chat box? So the one which we used to read in books or you heard about. Hope my voice is audible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay. I saw some message. Okay, so when I say lovers, well, normally we used to think about Romeo, Juliet, or Laila Majnu, and so on, which we have read in histories and all. Have you ever thought about Meera, or have you ever thought about Andal, who were the real lovers who try to merge with God and their divine love. And there is one more person. I mean, there are a lot of uh, uh, saints who have worshipped God and then try to love them. Like Tirnyana Sambandha used to say that Kadalahi Kasinda. So like that, the saints used to love God and then try to attain the salvation. And there is one more saint called Valalar who used to love the people around us, not only the people, even the small grass and every creature around him. So he used to love and then express his compassion towards them. So Valentine is a Latin word. So actual meaning is a strong, but actually it becomes a lovers' day for exchanging of gifts, cards, chocolates, without actually understanding the real meaning of love. If you see father's love is nothing but providing the needs, to take care and protect the children. And if you look into what is mother's love is unconditional, and then it is closest to the perfection of God's love. So I'm not here going to debate about which is the best one, whether the father's love or the mother's love. But there are people where the father is not there, the mother provides the father's love also, and then mother is not there, the father provides the mother's love also. So there is one more love, which is the friend's love, which is without any compulsion that comes. There is no compulsion that he needs to be my friend or he should not be and all. So it is like the friend's love is without compulsion. And there is one more love which is called as conjugal love, where the union of body, soul, and mind that happens between the couples. So here, without any demand, and it used to be a perfect love when I mean, it's a union of both the couples is there. And there is one more love, which is the guru-disciple relationship. So which is the supreme form of love. So where it is like supreme form of love where your ego gets washed off, and then you find the ultimate love in Guru. Like Tirunjana Sambandha said in his poem, like Kadalahi Kasindu Kannir Malgi. So this happened to me also when I saw Maharishi during my Brahmanyanam class during December 2002. So he came, and then when he sat in the dais, I was just, I mean, my tears started pouring. I was not able to understand what is happening within me. It is not because of the fear or anything, or it's like once I saw him, his uh, Teja's face, though he was a little far away from where I'm sitting, but still, once I saw him, I was just crying inside of love. So there is one more love which is called a perfect love. That is like love thyself. That's what even Bible says, like you love yourself. So it is like a self love where it is a love between the divinity and soul. 1 minute. Sorry. So it is a self love that can be obtained by understanding importance of our body, mind, and soul. So there is a next love which is called as divine love. So divine love is nothing but it's like through the divine love, you will be able to find beneath its canopy of all creatures the whole creation of universe, and embrace the cosmic lover. As Maharishi says, dive in to find out that. So divine love is the happiness. It is the true love. More we meditate and seeking the God, we feel that the love is in our heart. So if you see how we can cultivate that divine force. divine love. So once you start loving your body through our physical exercise, and we love uh, your mind, like we love our mind through meditation and introspection, and the love your soul through kaya kalpa. So this is where the harmony between the body, mind, and soul happens. Once that happens, it will be easy to automatically keep that divine love and spread that divine love around us. So how exercise and meditation helps for divine love, for the love and compassion? So what actually happens physiologically and psychologically when an individual love? So this is a question which we can think about. So there is one, actually, there was a problem where I'm not able to share my slide, so which I prepared recently through my office system. But when we actually see, we can see the MRI of a love. When the mother is trying to kiss a newborn baby, the oxytocin, which is there present in the brain, it pours on, and then you can say that MRI scan shows that the oxytocin secretion in uh, the kid, the baby, and the mother, which has been easily been shown in that picture. So this is where when an individual love, either it can be his child or her child, or it can be the love towards a friendship, or the love towards the lover or a spouse. The changes that happens physiologically is nothing but the outpouring of the chemicals that we call as happy hormones secretions that happen. To answer this question, let us see few researches that have been done on meditation and love and compassion. Daniel Goleman, I mean, he's a doctor. I mean, he's a famous American psychologist who expressed it in Science of Meditation, and he did a research where at the beginner level he took three set of study, where at the beginner level he started identifying where the 100 hours of meditation, who does it, he segregated them as a beginners level, and from the long term meditationers he identified and then put it under 1,000 to 10,000 hours of practice. And there is one more, the third practice is like Olympic level practitioners, so who are all monks and sages who does full time practice. So what he has identified in the beginner level meditators is like, it has a very good impact on amygdala, that is a part of the brain that works on fight or flight stress hormone, which has an impact on our immune system also, and cardiovascular system. So when we undergo stress, there is a hormones, the cortisol is a stress hormone that secretes, and then it prepares us for the fight or flight situation. That is a condition where the system, like our body system, works on the sympathetic nervous system. And once it go through the stress, and after some time, our parasympathetic nervous system will try to calm it down. So this is called resilience. Resilience, we can say resilience is measured in how much time we take to recover from the peak of stress and come back to calm state of mind. So that happens through the parasympathetic nervous system. So what actually happens when we are meditating is like, we are activating the parasympathetic nervous system, and the resilience is achieved. So it can be within 20 minutes we can achieve that resilience. For some people it may take 30 minutes, or some people it may take 4 hours or 5 hours also. So it is nothing but when this stress hormones are secreted through that any stressor which has been created. And after this meditation and other things, you can find out the people who are doing in the beginner level itself, we can easily find out how the resilient techniques works on them. So this is one of my this is my actually a research topic which I did it. I took employees of my organization, which is there in Delhi, Gurgaon, Delhi. So I made them to do meditation and then gym exercise, and there was a control group also. And three different groups were being measured with pre and post of blood samples, and their hormone changes are being measured. And we found out there was a lot of secretion of happy hormones. So happy hormones, if you see, there are which is called as a dose effect also. For the at the beginner level of meditation itself, we can see about that. So dose is nothing but the secretion of dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. So dopamine is a reward chemical. When you are completing a task, uh, you achieve a satisfaction, right? So that is the chemical which is being secreted, dopamine. And then the oxytocin is nothing but the love hormone. So whenever you hug a person, you hug a pet, or you are playing with a dog, and that cuddle effect which you get is because of the secretion of the oxytocin hormone. And there is one more hormone called serotonin. Serotonin is the mood stabilizer, where it calms down your mood. And this happens during your meditation, and then when you are exposing to sun. And there is one more hormone called endorphin. So this is a painkiller, where that's how when you're in love, you don't feel the pain that is happening in your body. So that arrests the pain in our body. And then this happens when you're laughing, and when you're having a dark chocolates, and then when you are running, jogging. So these are the few chemicals, or the few hormones or neurotransmitters that secretes. So these are the this is the research which I took. And then I found out there was a significant changes when a person meditate, like our sky meditation was been uh, practiced by these for 3 months. And then we found out there was a significant change in these happy hormones, and there was a reduction in stress hormones too. So this is the physiological changes that happens when you do meditation, and this helps you to identify that a proof that the love, when you're whatever that happens when you're loving a person, or when you're hugging a person, these kind of hormones secretes in our body. The same kind of hormones secretes when you're doing meditation and physical exercises of Rishi's sky system. And there is one more psychological changes that happens, which has been measured by this, referred by this Daniel Goleman. So what is he saying is that there are three kind of empathy that's uh, uh, been identified in the people who are doing this meditation. That is at the beginner level of meditation. So where a person can think on the other person's view, like he can take their kind of perspective. It is like we can say they're standing in the other person's shoe, or that's where. So the mental image of others, you will be able to identify easily, and then you will also merge with that. And there is one more second kind of empathy that is called emotional empathy, which happens at the social brain. uh, they used to tune uh, into the invisible brain to brain linkage. Like if I can tune into your brain, where I develop this emotional empathy, where I can feel the pain of yours, or feel the happiness which you are undergoing. So the emotions pass from one person to the other continuously, and we used to feel that. And there is a third type of empathy, which is called as compassion empathy. So this empathetic concern is based on the compassion. So which this is the psychological changes. This is based on the compassion. We used to think about that everyone around us is a form of divinity, and this is a circuit that we share with all the mammals. And it can be given as example as a parent's love for the child. The compassion strengthens when the caring empathy develops. So there is a side effect of this empathetic concern, that is we feel very much happier. So this is a side effect of this compassion empathy. So the first person will feel more benefit when he is having the compassion towards the other person, like who feels it. So feeling good, you will be able to feel good when you are having this compassion, and you'll be able to help other people who are all under suffering, and you will feel the suffering and you become more and more empathetic. So these are all the changes which has been identified, or the research are showing in the beginner level of meditators itself. So like from 100 hours to 1,000 hours of meditation. So when you go into long hours of meditation, so long-term meditators, we can say, like 1,000 to 10,000 hours, their prefrontal cortex in the brain becomes so stronger and stronger, and they will be able to focus better than the normal person, and the brain efficiency increases, and they'll not be having their attention blink, and they'll be able to deal with the things right now and then move on to the next thing easily without blinking on that attention level, and they'll be able to ready to take the next thing, and they keep on going on. It actually helps in the multi activities. So there will not be any brain shrinkage, because when you grow old, actually your brain shrinkage happens. And one of the researcher who meditate and was one to curious to know about how it works on brain. So he put his brain for testing before and after a retreat of 4.5 years, and found that his brain, which was 41 during the test, the start of the test, which has showed 33 years at the end of the test, like after 4.5 years. So this is how the brain shrinkage will not be there, or it leads to when it slows down during the long term meditators. And
Ma'am?
find out they're able to switch between the concentration, visualization, compassion, and open presence. So it is like every 30 seconds they can easily switch from their brain focus from these four different types of focus on the brain. And yogis can do it very instantly. Within few seconds they can just switch between these brains. So the mental agility was unbelievable for these kind of meditators, and they can switch easily between the gamma uh, consciousness, like a gamma frequency, to delta frequency also. So delta frequency, where the Rishi has attained that, he reduced it from alpha, beta, from beta to alpha, alpha to beta, and delta. And these yogis and these monks can also move on to a high attentive state, which is which they say as the gamma frequency level. So that is the highest strength brain wave, which has been measured in EEG. And within a minute, they can just switch between the uh, alpha, beta, delta, theta to gamma frequency. And to achieve this, so why I was telling about all these research findings to show is like, so the divine love is not it's not like we have to search for outside. So we have to try to follow within us and try to merge with the Almighty, which is present within us. So how we can do it? It's like what we repeatedly do. So this is what Aristotle says. So we can take a 21 days challenge to form this new habit of doing meditation and physical exercise. So how we can, as I told, I have done this research by giving the physical exercise of neuromuscular breathing exercise, acupressure, relaxation, and meditation practice of Agna, Surya, and Shanti. With this itself, within 3 months, I was able to find out a significant changes in their immunology changes, also immunological behavior, and as well as in the reduction of stress hormones. So the research which I took was on the psychoneuroimmunology variables, which measures the neurotransmitters and then cytokines and the hormones also. So when within the 3 months itself, we were able to see the changes. And with the long practice, when you are able to do it, we will be able to find out the harmony between the body, mind, and soul. So let us try to take this 21 days of challenge. For any new challenge, it takes little. It used to be a big challenge for us to make it as a form of a habit. So as per neurological studies, it has been identified that it takes at least 21 days of repeated performance to form any habit. So if you maintain the act consistently for another 90 days, it becomes your permanent habit for you. So this I remember when I went to Arya for Maharishi's 92nd birthday. So Maharishi came with all the disciples, and that he came and sat on the dais. And the first thing which he spoke is like, today also I did my exercise, meditation, and Kaya Kalpa before coming for this gathering. So at the age of 92, 95, also he was able to do all his work by himself. And if you look into his face, you will feel that the compassion is overflowing. So you can feel it even if you are away from a few meters away from him. But still, the tejas that Maharishi had, the people who have visited him or seen him can easily understand what I'm talking about. So even at that age, Maharishi was able to do. So let us try to form this as a habit, a new challenge or the new habit which you want to create. There may be a lot of reasons where we may think that we can stop and then do it. So let us try to do an SKS approach on this. Like let us stop doing and keep doing and start doing. So let us start with the stop doing, where let us stop providing excuses for not doing these practices. So like, for example, it is a winter, I will not do it. I have exams. Let me start it after my exams. Let me do that after I went for a function and come back. Or let me complete my office work and then do it. Don't try to give excuses, and stop doing or stop giving excuses for it. And stop doing commenting, commanding, and demanding around the people around you, so that you will be able to enjoy the divine love within you, and then you can pass on that compassion towards the others also. And let us start keep doing. If you are already practicing it regularly, let us keep doing it, and the love and compassion develops automatically. And let us start doing it if you're not a regular practitioner of exercise and meditation. So let us start regularly, keep doing it. Exercise and meditation. If you're already doing it, let us add one more practice like mirror gazing or lamp gazing or introspection. Daily one topic of introspection, like analysis of thought and worry management, everything. So let us try to keep one practice added to this challenge of new 21 days of new challenge. And then you will be able to see the lot of changes around you, and you can find out the harmony between you, your mind, and your soul. And lastly, what Maharishi appeals to us is, like, you can even read it in the Maharishi's exercise book. I don't know how many of you have read that simplified physical exercise book completely. So if you see, the Maharishi had put an appeal to us and ask us to be regular in doing physical exercise and meditation. When even you have a workload, if it increases, let not these be the first to jettison from your regular schedule, not the physical exercise or meditation. So let us try to do physical exercise and meditation, which constitute the service that we render to the all absolute enshrined within us. So these are the words from Rishi himself. And let us try to spread this divine love to the absolute which is present within us, and lead a spiritual life. So love is the nature of humankind. So if you find it within yourself, you will find it everywhere, and you'll be able to share it to everyone. If you can establish your relationship with God, that ultimate satisfaction that you have been searching for since innumerable lifetimes will eventually be attained. Be blessed by the divine. Thank you all patiently for listening to this. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine.
Thank you so much, Professor Malathy ma'am. It's indeed an excellent lecture. And you have explained the different types of love that is father's love, mother's love, etc. And also you explained about how meditation helps us and how the hormones become happy hormones once we start doing meditation. And also you just told about this SKS approach, that is stop, keep doing and start doing, which was very nice, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your excellent speech on the topic, lead a life with real love. And the Divine Valentine's Day is approaching. You just taken an appropriate title and spoke on this. Thank you so much for it, ma'am. Vijay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Malathy, ma'am, excellent speech. Especially the snippets where you added Vethathiri Maharshi's actual live experience which you've had. That, in fact, is keeping us, I mean, it really inspired us and we're really motivated to accept your 21 days challenge. And very beautifully, you said, keep adding something to it. And being a PhD scholar yourself, you have given so many aspects of how the hormones get generated, the relationship with the brain, and all that. And that was really, really insightful. It was an excellent speech, and we hope to hear you more often, ma'am. So that, with your experience both in teaching in Gurgaon, you've spent many years running the center in Gurgaon, and you're also a PhD scholar, and you've been associated with Vethathiri Maharshi for so many years. And to add on to it, you are my first teacher, so we really hope to see you more and more often here.
For sure. I will.